Okay, guys, this is the first day of the 30 days to gaming proficiency. This is my journey, my personal documented journey from, almost non-existent gaming experience. Well, back in the day, I'll give you a little backstory. So, I owned a PlayStation One system or gaming console, and it just changed my whole life because I understood that the gaming world at that point was a lot greater than what I initially had thought. Not only just for other people, but for myself. And it's now at this age of 30, I've decided to return to the gaming community. And now I feel like now's the time for that, for me at least. And so this 30 days to gaming proficiency is just a way for me to show that you can gain proficiency in any area of your life. You just have to be consistent and focused. And this is my documented journey. So for starters, I just wanted to share with you guys my accomplishments of the first day, which is essentially yesterday. Today is the day after, and I'm going to game a little bit today, and I will upload my accomplishments for this game for the day two on tomorrow. But for yesterday, I played a little bit of Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls 5, and I had initially, before I began the game, looked at the reviews and saw a little bit of the gameplay, just to kind of get an idea of what the game was and the gist behind it. So I started a little Skyrim last night, and I did pretty good. But of course, there were a few things that stood out to me, or two things in particular, about how I choose to improve throughout the game. So my first day, I did get out of that the dragon situation. Those of you who know about Skyrim know what I'm talking about at the initial part of the game. So I did manage to escape that. But one of the two things, or the first of the two things that kind of stood out to me was when I initially began, and I picked up, and it tells you, to go ahead and pick up some armor, pick up some weapons, pick up the things that are left behind by some of the other soldiers. When you pick those up, of course, it doesn't say, okay, this is how you use it. You kind of have to figure it out, okay? And I have at this point, but initially I could not figure out how to use or to keep my weapon drawn and use it while I'm fighting until later. So initially, when I was in the castle or whatever, I actually didn't have my weapons drawn. Even though I had it physically on me, I did pick one up or a few up at that point. But the initial fight, or one of the initial fights that you engage in after escaping the dragon, you actually, or in the event of escaping the dragon situation, you have to know how to draw your weapon, keep it drawn, and use it. So at that point, I didn't know how to do that. So what I had my fists. I was fighting with my fists, okay? And then of course, these guards, they had weapons. So, I'm just trying to figure out, first of all, I didn't know how to draw the weapon and keep it drawn. Secondly, I had to figure out how to use my fists or my grapple moves or whatever to actually fight the guards so that we could escape. So initially I did fight with my fists. One of the things I did this little power slam. I don't know how I did it, but I did this power slam on the guards, and we got it. We got past that little portion of the game, and I did pick up some potions, and I picked up a few other things in that room as well, I think. But I was able to grapple guard and slam it, and that was extremely resourceful at the time. But it didn't have to be as hard as it was if I had known how to draw my weapon and keep it drawn. Now, another thing that kind of stood out to me, and it's kind of in reference to drawing the weapon, knowing how to draw the weapon, how to keep it drawn. When we, whoever you're escaping with, I'll just say it like that. If you haven't played the game, there is someone who's actually helping you escape. And this individual is kind of giving you clues as to what to do. You know, they don't know a whole lot much more than you, but they do have a sense of guiding, give you a little bit of advice of what to do. Now, those of you who know about Skyrim and the initial part of the game know that there's a place in the game where you actually have to get past the bear. The bear. You guys know about the bear, okay? So this is what happened with me. With me, what happened was, as the guy who you're escaping with tells you, hey, if you're feeling lucky, pull out the bow and use the bow and arrow to strike the bear. That way we can get past without even having the hassle of trying to fight the bear, right? So at this point, I gained a little bit more proficiency in drawing the weapon and keeping it drawn because you had a couple of fights before this to even get to this point. So, another thing is, I'll get to that in a minute. But the bear, I pulled out. Do you know how you draw your arrows, and then you draw the bow? Now I drew the arrows before the bow, which essentially did not allow me the ability to use the arrows because I was supposed to do it the other way around, as I'm understanding, or as I still think now. You're supposed to draw the bow first and then the arrows second. Okay, but I did it the other way around. So when it came time for me to draw the bow, I had no arrows, or I couldn't find the arrows at the time. So I said, what am I going to do? Maybe I lost the arrows. I was thinking to myself, and I said, what am I going to do? I happen to have a sword from one of the previous battles that I had taken, right? So I said, I don't have any arrows. We have to get past this bear. We can sneak past the bear. But you know what I did? I was feeling bold. So what I did was I actually took the sword, walked up to the bear, ran up to the bear actually, and started just slicing. Oh my goodness, it was something. And I actually did kill the bear, but that didn't come without any, of course, without any slashes on my face and all my arms and all that stuff. So, but luckily I had some potions and things like that to kind of heal. But that came later. But I fought the bear. I fought the bear with the sword, as opposed to avoiding the battle altogether and using the bow and arrow properly. But we initially, or nonetheless, we got past the bear and we moved on. Now that eventually, or subsequently, culminated into our escape. And, I kind of went to the town and just rested there. But there was one other thing that I wanted to talk about. As you're going through the initial escape portion, you have to fight these spiders. Okay? These spiders, they come from everything. You got to fight the spiders. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 of them. But anyways, you fight the spiders. Now, the guy who's helping you escape, he actually is also one of the prisoners that that you actually are initially connected to, right? Through the initial exchange. Now, this guy, at this point, where we're about to fight the spiders, I didn't know it at the time, but as there's a little detection radar thing that comes up, let you know that, hey, there's something coming, you need to alert yourself. But the spiders, I didn't know the spiders were around the corner, but at the same time, the guy who's helping us escape, or helping me escape, he had stopped. He paused. He didn't go any further. And so I said, okay, let me go ahead and look around the corner here. So I went around the bend, and lo and behold, the spiders. Oh my goodness, the spiders were like everywhere. And I was like, oh, okay. So the only thing I can think of, I almost started to back up and let the other guy start slashing him and slicing him. But then I said, let me learn how to fight. This is an important piece to learning the game. So I said, this is a great learning experience opportunity here. So I went in head first, and I started just slashing those spiders. Oh my goodness. Of course, like I said, the same thing with the bear. Actually, the bear came after, but I just forgot to mention about the spiders, so I'm talking about that now. So the spiders actually were sliced up by me, but I got a little bitten, of course. There's no battles without, scars, So I got some scars, but I did eventually kill all the spiders. And then the guy comes afterwards and says, hey, go ahead and take what you can. So I took the spiders, maybe the venom or the poison. I think it was something like that. And the spider egg. That was also something I took from that room, or that stage or portion screen. And I continued. But overall, my gaming experience for the first day was pretty good. I did okay. I did get a trophy for the Unbound trophy to escape, and completed the first level of Skyrim. So woohoo for me. Yeah, I did a good job. I tried, different methods throughout the whole escape process on Skyrim, and I'm still excited about the rest of the game. It's a very long game, as I understand, and I'm willing to go all the way to the end of it. Now, as my 30 days to proficiency or gaming proficiency ensues, I will play other games. Obviously, you can't be a gamer without knowing how to play a wide variety of games. So I will be playing other games, one including, of course, Black Ops 4. I will have to do that. You can't be a gamer without knowing Black Ops 4 and knowing how to maneuver it and play the game. I right now don't really know a whole lot about Black Ops, to be honest. I know a few things for what I've heard, but I'm more engaged with learning the game as opposed to knowing everything already. So I'm excited about my gaming, and hopefully you guys are too. This is just to show that you can become proficient at gaming or any area of your life, even though you may not know as much as some other people. They had to, of course, gain that level of proficiency they have, and it takes time. It takes time to build that. But this is my 30-day journey, and I'm thankful for you guys listening to me. And so there's more to come. All right.